Good Monday morning, everybody. Good Monday morning. Danny Shea hanging out in his bathroom. It's a beautiful day, so I think I might have to put, some clothes on. Go outside. What do you think? I think it's probably a good idea. So how's everybody feeling today? For me, the energy is a lot lighter. Yay. Still a little in the well, it's not so harsh, but it's still in the little spacey range. I guess that's the word I have to use today because I want to talk about ETs and spaceships. And I was thinking before I started this, remember Jeff Foxworthy, that comic who goes, "You may be a redneck." Now, this is not about my brother, although it could be, but it's not. And then he'd say, like, if you have a car in your front yard that's hidden by weeds, you may just be a redneck. Yes, my brother did have a car in the weeds. It was a 67 T-Bird. It's pretty cool. Had a big block engine in it, for those who care. And the reason he got it is because some guy raced it and blew up the engine. So he took it. I think he bought it for like $700. And then he has boats in weeds too. So I get some comments. You shouldn't talk about your brother that way. You're right. So the question I have is, if Jeff Foxworthy says you may just be a redneck if, and then he says it, you just may be an alien if what? If you see a spaceship? If you dream of riding in a spaceship? If when you meditate, an alien gives you keys to a spaceship? So this last week, I got, ETs, alien spaceships have been in the communication stream that I hear. And it happened like more than just once. So I'm going to dig into it. I'm going to use the Galactic Heritage deck. Let's do a card first, just for the energy of, because we're in this huge shift. Huge. And it's going to get a little crazier, according to astrologers. And I'm like, really? Really? More crazy? More crazier? Let's just see. I mean, the indicted one, I guess he didn't make it to New York City. He lied. Anyway, the prosecutor and the defense are doing their closing arguments. That's going to be interesting to hear how that goes. I guess the jury's going to get it on Tuesday. Why do I think that it's going to be like, okay, we're done. And they're going to come back Tuesday with a verdict? And I don't know. I really haven't gotten quiet with it, so I don't know. All right. I'm going to use the Work Your Light Oracle card, so this has nothing to do really with politics so much. But what is it that we need to focus on with some galactic messages that we're going to be getting through the Galactic Heritage cards? before I pulled this, I don't know what it is yet, but I got the cetacean whale image in my head. And for me, that whole cetacean section of awareness is opening up your awareness so that you can hear different vibrational awarenesses, I think. I was, because it's not, is it a thought? Well, what happens if it's not a thought? It's just an awareness of something. So I think it's opening up to a different vibrational awareness. mm. Trust the niggle. I think I need to look up what a niggle is. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Niggling. It's kind of a happy feeling, isn't it? It's a happy word anyway. A vibrational word. And words are just vibrations. Niggling. Makes me want to giggle. All right, let's take a look at this. So, I want to know. I'm using my Galactic Heritage deck. I want to know, are we going to see a spaceship this summer? Are we going to see a spaceship this summer? Some of y'all are coming up to Shasta with us. Are we going to see a spaceship in Shasta? There are all those lenticular clouds that cloak spaceships, so some say. I'm being open here, because I just see this floater in my vision. And you look at those clouds and you go, there's something there. There is something there. So I wasn't being too open. I was being, I think they're spaceships. But then again, I got vehicles in the weeds, so Are we going to be able to see a spaceship in the summer? And then the second question I think I'm going to ask is, how do we prepare to see it? Because some people are saying, oh, hell no, there's no spaceships. Other people are going, oh, yeah, I'd really like to see it. And then there's some that go, yeah, please, 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 let me see it. Maybe that's just being a little too hard. Ready? I may need to drop this down. Leap of Faith, Orion. So, some people are going to say we're crazy. Some people are going to say we're not. I'm going to drop this down. And I think it just takes a leap of faith to get into that zone. Let me kick the table up. There we go. Now I feel like a little kid. All right, so we have the leap of faith. Self-sacrifice. So when I get this card, the self-sacrifice, it goes back to in this card, the Vegas, they had a challenge with them, whether to be a leader or to stay hidden, according to the Galactic Heritage deck. So the Vegas, they were trying to figure out whether to stay hidden or whether they should lead into a new awareness. And this card is saying, what are you willing to sacrifice to be the leader? To go out there and to see this. And I love the image of staying hidden versus being shown, unhidden. And in Vegans, it was being a leader. All right, leap of faith, be willing to sacrifice. And maybe it's some of the people going, you're crazy. Yeah, being able to sacrifice some of that. Way showing. Way showing. Yeah. Yeah. Let's keep going just a little bit because let's just keep going. Because I had some confusion on that way showing. I'm like, okay, who, how do we show? What's the way to show? I'm confused. But yes, I have good intentions. And maybe the way showers have good intentions. This is kind of like the leader card here, way showing. Cetacean dolphin. Forgiveness and gratitude. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. A little powerful here. Okay, I'm going to try to kick this table up even more so you can look at it for those who want to. Okay. Leap of faith, self-sacrifice. Let me see if I can kick him. This is just too much. Anyway, leap of faith, self-sacrifice, way showing. So if you take that leap of faith, if you allow yourself to be the leader of this movement that some of us are going to see, some of us are not. And we are kind of being the leader and showing the way to this new vibrational awareness. There will be some confusions, but stay in the good intentions of it. And maybe this is when they show themselves, we may be confused as to what their intentions are. The ET intentions are good intentions, and they're calling on forgiveness and gratitude. Forgiveness for all the space movies that we are falling back on to our belief system and saying, oh, we got to kill him, we have to shoot him down, we have to dissect him, blah 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 blah. Forgive and be grateful. And I know that with, okay, so I'm going to kick this back up. I know that with the CE5 Contact app, it David Greer, it talks about that when you try to bring them in, when you call them, that they have to you have to call them in and say, we're not going to harm you. And I think there's a little bit of a forgiveness in there too. Leap of faith, believe that it can happen, take a lead in bringing it to our awareness. Be the way showers. So, and in that, there's going to be some confusion on how to do it, and I think it's forgiveness and gratitude is how you bring them in. All right, let's take a little closer look on what, and I'm hearing 3 cards, make it short, and then it always goes into 6 or whatever. But what is the path that we need to take in our mind's eye to be able to make contact, to be able to see these ships? How do we prepare ourselves? What are the steps to see an alien ship, an ET ship? New paradigm, change, a lot of Andromeda, self-discipline. New paradigm, is that the right way to pronounce it? Paradigm? Why do they put that little G in there? Paradigm. Anyway, Andromeda, parallel. Change, parallel. Self-discipline, Vega. These cards feel like we just have to shift our awareness. We just have to change our awareness and have discipline in it. Something I lack. And have discipline in this new shift, this new change. So it feels like we just need to start working on it now. Okay? All right. Let's pull some just regular old tarot message with the lights here, so it's not regular, it's not old. The question I want to ask, what do we do with the information once we see a spaceship? What do we do with it? And I hear, have your phone handy. Isn't it amazing, this technology? We now have this ability to freeze time in our hands and go back and look at it. What do we do with this information? What do we do with this information? How do we share it? How do we share it? Or do we share it? 6 cards. Oh. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Interesting. So, how do we share this information? We have the 9 of Wands. This is so not freely. We don't share it so freely because we have people down here that are not going to pay attention. But here we have the light. Here we're holding the light, but it's not like a free expression. And with the Five of Cups crossing it, there's a little bit of sadness to it. But when you look at this card, it feels like there is some secrecy around it. It's like I see that pearl in that cup. I think it's a cup. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a cup. It's just a hole. See, we have the cups here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's not a cup. It's just like a meteor crater. And in it is an egg of something. So although we can't let it out now, maybe we will, because we have, is this the wheel? Yep, because we have the wheel of fortune. Things are going to spin, things are going to turn, things are going to be, ones that are hidden, it will be unhidden. In the past, as it relates, is this our addiction to the way we perceive ETs and aliens. We need to shift our consciousness to a different way of thinking of things. We need to walk away, 8 of Cups, walk away from this addiction, the way that we see and manipulate information that we don't want to hear. And I look at this, the way that we manipulate information, and that guy, he doesn't want to hear it anymore. And as we move forward, we do it with the King of Information, and we walk with strength. So I'm going to drop this down so y'all can see. Hopefully you can see the, yeah, that's better than the other cards. So as we look at this, what do we do with this information? How do we get it out here? Right now, we don't. We try to share it, and it gets blocked a little bit. The information gets blocked. It's sad because we know of the pearl that is there in this awareness, but we can't let it out yet. Because we have the Wheel of Fortune. It is spinning. Let go of old beliefs. Walk away from them to find yourself, and you're walking towards the sun. And then once we get it, and I don't know what changes to be able to walk in strength. Maybe it's our own perception of how to articulate it. Certainly when I first started on my ET journey, my galactic journey, I was like, you're crazy. Not to mention any names or anything. Good, I'm not doing it. But anyway, right? People say I have ETs around me. I go, what? Crazy. Crazy. I put up all that little fence down there. Cray. I had my past beliefs. I was hanging on to them. But they let go. They let go. So I think what this is all about, this reading, is the more that we acknowledge that there is a light in the sky, that there is this pearl of wisdom in this meteor crater that's coming at us. The more that we talk about it, the more that we acknowledge it, the stronger we're going to be with our information. All right. Let's enjoy the ride. Peace and love.